At Confident, we empower organizations to navigate and manage business-driven digital transformations. Our technology commitment is the transformation toolkit of SAP. More specifically, LeanIX and Signavio. In the Know are short blog posts and videos where we share insights and ideas for getting real business benefits out of the very capable data-driven transformation toolset from SAP. This particular video addresses the topic of adopting data-driven EAM, from strategy to execution, and in the process, make EA much more business relatable. In many organizations, there is no real understanding of the concept and promises of enterprise architecture outside technology departments, sometimes outside the architecture community even. Tangible understanding of what this promising, and more recent, category of data-driven EAM tools bring to the table is even more scarce. While the promises of EA as well as data-driven EAM are in fact real, it is only natural for believers and ambassadors to hesitate. Concrete steps forward may be blocked by doubts about the current level of maturity, how to engage and motivate stakeholders, and how to convince sponsors, and can we orchestrate it or is everyone too busy? Before diving into the journey towards a successful adoption, let's start with a few words on the concept of data-driven EAM tools. In any data-driven EAM tool, the metamodel is the spoken language, and it must be able to cover both business and technology aspects, as well as everything in between and how it all connects. In our tool of choice, LeanIX, this is what the out-of-the-box metamodel looks like. For each aspect of interest, we have a dedicated fact sheet type for capturing metadata about those aspects. As the metadata model suggests, we cover all aspects from strategy to technology, some with more business proximity, and others closer to IT. But the key is being able to strategize and discuss implications and impacts of changing this, and maintaining a clear line of sight of what drives real business value. When adopting data-driven EAM, we see 5 key high-level topics to address. The tool will support all 5, but will not be prescriptive, so it is very important, as an organization, to set direction and ensure alignment for each of these topics. Ambition. Assuming we are not just aiming to provide a new tool for the enterprise architects, we need to influence outside the jurisdiction of the EA, which means we need a clear connection to the concerns of other stakeholders, including business stakeholders, to make LeanIX a center of gravity for collaboration and communication. We will get back to how to achieve this. Tool role. The EAM tool is not the answer to everything, it needs to play in concert with other tools and information sources. The EAM tool supplements the existing toolset by being the single cross-cutting pane of glass, at a higher abstraction level, enabling horizontal decision support and transparency across different groups of stakeholders. The sooner you get alignment on this logic, and the role of each tool, the sooner you benefit from constructive collaboration. Plan. Though EAM is not everything, it does support many use cases. Prioritization is key in order to be able to focus and push through on highest priority use cases to the point where you deliver value which is recognized. Planning also involves ensuring clear definition of success, as well as prerequisites early on. All of this must be something that can be communicated and measurable. Guidance. Clear guidance on how to document different aspects of our architecture is key to build comfort amongst contributors that they are doing it right, and in a way where it supports the insights we want to harvest. Furthermore, it must be clear who does what and when, both in terms of contributing data to the platform and in terms of going to LeanIX for insights and decision support. Safeguard. Clear guidance is a prerequisite, but trust needs more than knowledge and good intentions. We must be able to enforce and measure key parameters such as data quality and behavior for stakeholders to be comfortable in making important business decisions based on EAM-driven insights. An effective implementation of a data-driven EAM practice, capable of providing added business value, will require clear direction setting for all of the above topics. From our experience, in implementing data-driven EAM practices with LeanIX in multiple organizations and across sectors, we can comfortably say that the potential is immense, and significant business benefits can be achieved. Like with any other technology-supported practice, a change of technology, such as switching to a data-driven EAM tool, must go hand in hand with a change of practice in order to harvest the full potential of said new technology. As just discussed, success hinges on multiple factors beyond the tool itself, but if we were to highlight 2 factors that have the potential to either make or break the initiative, it would be data quality and a clear business connect. How you define and work with data quality in your data-driven EAM tool. In data-driven EAM, the model of our reality runs on data. We need quality data in order to make trustworthy business decisions based on insights from this model. To ensure the required trust, you need clear definitions of what good data looks like, and mechanisms for enforcing them. This is a topic we have covered in more depth in a separate in the know post titled, Optimizing and Automating Data Quality in Lean IX, also referred to as Fact Sheet Insights. How to tackle the topic of bridging the gap between business and technology departments. Enterprise architecture exists to support the business. This can, at times, be easy to forget or difficult to see in the day-to-day work of enterprise architects, and even more so for the business and management stakeholders. This means that, in reality, there is oftentimes a knowledge and communication gap. In introducing data-driven EAM, you introduce new possibilities for bridging this gap. Possibilities which you must carefully seek to leverage. This directly refers back to the focus topic of ambition. In essence, this is our key message which we want to get across with this post. Do not miss out on this unique opportunity to make EAM more business-driven or, as a very minimum, more business-explainable, as opposed to reducing it to a technical tooling exercise within the boundaries of the technology organization. It cannot by any means be claimed that no one has succeeded in bridging the gap between business and technology departments in the past. What we will claim, however, is that for many organizations it has been a real struggle. In most cases, this is not due to a lack in effort, but because we haven't had the required tools to make this feasible. Let's have a closer look at an example reason how data-driven EAM provide options for tackling this challenge, and let's do so in context of the Lean IX meta model. First thing we can do is define said business objectives, so that they become known in Lean IX. The objective fact sheet type allows us to build a hierarchy of these objectives, which means that we can break down the high-level business objectives until they become measurable goals. This discussion includes considerations as to how this will change the contours of our business, for example by changing the business capability map. This dialogue enables us to add additional measurable architectural objectives, which are essentially proxies for the business goals. Not all changes can be detailed out, or executed for that matter, at the same time. This is where we lean on the concept of initiatives as a way to bundle and plan architectural changes on a roadmap. These initiatives will, in turn, be responsible for driving and documenting intended and delivered architectural changes. The architecture impacts of these initiatives can span all aspects of the meta model, depending on the nature of the initiative. These are represented by business architecture, application and data architecture, as well as technical architecture. Working in this way, using a data-driven EAM tool, has some immediate advantages compared to the alternatives. Some examples being efficiency. Rather than having all the architecture impacts being documented as bespoke visual artifacts, we now have up-to-date data on our architecture, which is directly reusable in any dialogue which become relevant tomorrow. Crowdsourcing and democratization. It is easy for anyone to see, contribute to, and challenge the knowledge we have captured, reducing dependencies on individuals. Collaboration. Using the meta model in our dialogues, it becomes a familiar shared language. The same goes for the visual language defined by reports, etc. Data and fact-driven decision-making. Depending on the question and stakeholders involved, we can slice and dice the data to get to a relevant lens. But maybe even more importantly, when trying to close the gap between business and IT, having clear goals defined in the tool, and having architectural changes documented as data rather than drawings, allows us to measure if we, as the architecture evolves, are progressing towards our architectural goals. Since these have a clear connection to the business goals, we can set up metrics indicating our status of delivering on the business goals. Metrics which are easily communicated to all relevant stakeholders via dashboards, etc. in a language and by the numbers, so that everyone can easily understand and discuss them, even without knowing the lingo of architectural patterns and use cases. Throughout our discussion, we've highlighted 5 critical topics essential for unlocking the full potential of data-driven enterprise architecture management. In doing so, we've highlighted the importance of aligning tools and planning methodologies, emphasizing their key role in effective implementation. Also, we've underscored the significance of guiding stakeholders and ensuring high data quality standards, recognizing them as paramount factors for success. Finally, we have exemplified how data-driven EAM offers a unique opportunity to elevate EA discussions, fostering greater business participation and ambition. For those interested in exploring the topic of data quality and trust further, we recommend our In the Know post titled, Optimizing and Automating Data Quality in Lean IX, also known as Fact Sheet Insights. Additionally, for a comprehensive understanding, consider joining our masterclass on adopting data-driven EAM from strategy to execution. These sessions feature a case study within Lean IX of a fictional B2B company undergoing strategic planning, providing real-world examples to solidify the concepts we've discussed. Please don't hesitate to contact us if you are interested in hearing more about our masterclasses and general offerings around a successful Lean IX implementation and adoption.